Hey folks, Mark Scroggins with Scroggins Law Group. Wanted to remind y'all when I'm answering these questions that y'all have posed, remember that does not create an attorney-client relationship between either myself or Scroggins Law Group and anyone out there. So this is just providing some general thoughts on the questions that y'all pose. People get remarried and all of a sudden new spouses don't get along. What can be done about that? Well, generally, not a hell of a lot, okay? So the first thing that a judge is going to tell the new spouses is act like a couple of grown-ups, okay? What we see a lot is all of a sudden there's a new spouse, and all of a sudden there are all these changes that are being sought by one party that are not necessarily in the best interest of the children, but it is something to appease this new spouse. Well, let me just tell you a little story about a case that I saw. So years ago, I tried a case in Denton County where the new spouse, the stepmother, was the catalyst for all kinds of problems. There had been no problems between father and mother, even after getting divorced. They had worked pretty well together until this new woman showed up on the scenes. And all of a sudden, there are a shit ton of problems. Shit ton is a legal term of art, by the way. So a lot of stuff going on there, a lot of problems happening that this woman was the catalyst. Well, at the end of the day, and it took a lot of discovery to determine exactly what all she was doing, but she wasn't even allowed to be left alone with these kids, okay? Her husband always had to be present. So that is something, that's just how bad it can be if you really act like an ass. So if you've got your new spouse not getting along with the other party's new spouse, here's a great idea. Don't take them to pickups. Don't use them on pickups. Don't use them for exchanges, okay? There are ways to take care of that problem, and the best way is for people to act like grown-ups. So if the other side can't act like a grown-up, then it's on you to try to undo the situation. Now, can you go to court over it? Sure, you can go to court over it. What would I expect a judge to do? Well, unless you've got some really draconian facts about the other side, a kind of akin to what I was talking about earlier, then what I would expect is both of y'all to get a judicial tongue lashing over that, okay? Because the courts don't want their time taken up with a lot of BS over, well, he or she is being mean to my new spouse, okay? Nobody cares, all right? Just act like grown-ups.